the best moment and the biggest moment for sure was the final whistle in Χαριλαου when we won the title. And so it's a really challenging league, and it's nice to have this opportunity in my age. And in the other hand, the game with Panathinaikos, that crazy Oaxaca stadium with both sides of fans totally pushing, and all of us know that it was a crazy cup final there. It wasn't and it isn't my plan to play again in Greece, but I would never say no because we know how football is. I was also in talks with Panathinaikos.
Καλησπέρα σε όλους λοιπόν, καλώς ήρθατε σε μια ακόμα μεγάλη συνέντευξη εδώ στο YouTube VASKOSPORTS. Σημερινός καλεσμένος είναι ο πρώην παίκτης του ΠΑΟΚ, ο Στέφαν Σβαμπ. Θα το ρωτήσουμε κάποια πολύ ωραία πράγματα. Είμαστε στην παρέα, Βασίλης Μάλιαρης, Απόστολος Ιρανίδης και Δημήτρης Παϊταρίδης, έτσι ώστε να μας πει κάποιες ωραίες αναμνήσεις από την ομάδα του ΠΑΟΚ, να μας αναλύσει την ομάδα την οποία αγωνίζεται τώρα στην Αυστρία και γενικότερα έτσι να κάνουμε μια ποδοσφαιρική κουβέντα με τον πρώην παίκτη του ΠΑΟΚ, όπως είπα και νωρίτερα, που έχουμε την τιμή να είναι μαζί μας και τον ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ, τον Στέφαν Σβαμπ. Ο λόγος λοιπόν στον Στέφαν.
We already met us out of the pitch in Hamburg one day because it's like for him more or less 2 hours driving, for me 1 hour driving, and we had one afternoon and a dinner in Hamburg, and we are in touch because we have a great relationship. We know us many years. We had a successful time together, and as football God has chosen, we had the opportunity to be also on a game against each other, not only with each other. And we played in the second round of DFB Pokal of the Cup in Wolfsburg against him. And we had a nice opportunity because we started both the games, and so we played against each other. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't a game that he will remember. For us, we will remember it very well because finally we won the game 1-0. And we had 1-2 talks during the game, especially in the first half. But we respect us a lot, and we were like, I would say we had a small discussion also because of the referee, but we did it as a joke. And I said like some bad words to him in Greek, and he was smiling, so everything is fine. And after the game, we changed our jerseys, and so it was a nice experience to play also against him, of course.
Something even more recent. Yesterday, Razvan Luchesku reached 200 wins with PAOK FC. What have you to say about your cooperation with him, and what's the secret behind Luchescu's success?
No, look, also the day or like weeks after that I left PAOK, we had a talk, and I told him also that he's one of the coaches that I take the most with me as a football player, and also for my career after my retirement as a footballer. What means about football, because he shows how consistent he is and how consequent he is in his work. And he has also the mentality that hard work pays off, and he's really doing every day his best. And he has the right balanced thing to treat the players in a hard way, which means like to be consequent and to be really, really strict. But in the other hand, he has also a really nice relationship to the players. I think the best example is to Tyson, for example, because I think now this is obvious how they act between each other, that there are discussions many times because about trainings, about maybe, I don't know, a lot of things. But in the end, he loves his players, even he is strict with them, and the players know this very well. So as a player, you can have everything from him, at least if you are showing him that your will is also to win, and that you want to be one of his guys that really have the mentality to win and to do everything to be successful. And 200 wins with PAOK, it's awesome. You know very well that not even many coaches reach in their whole career 200 wins as a coach, and he just reached it with one club, with one great team. And yeah, the success speaks for him. I know that there is also up and downs, as we know also in my time in PAOK is totally normal. And it really impresses me how he reacts when the team is a little bit down and there are huge critics against him, against the team, how always he is coming back with his players and to be on the top again or to be successful again. That really impresses me because it's not one time, two times, it's many, many times. And he is not even getting tired of this, because I can imagine you are successful, you win titles, you prove to everyone that you are a great coach. But we know very well if 2-3 games you are not successful with PAOK, the critics are huge. And he could totally explode, but he still stay always humble and he stays like totally correct. And he can put these things aside, and he is in these moments very, very close with his team, just focused on his team. And he answers always on the pitch. And this is a really impressive thing about him.
Because you said that for the critics, when PAOK won the championship, he did it with an impressive way, with 4 in a row wins against the contenders and his rival Aris. What was the key behind that? Because after the draw against Lamia, I don't know how many people were thinking about winning the championship.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned before. If the team is down, if the critics are huge, he really find always the right solutions, the right mentality to fight back. And one word to say, never give up. It's easy to say and it's easy to spell. But to really do it, it's a totally different thing, because I know very well, because of all my experience in my career, that everyone is telling you hard work pays off, never give up. And these are also phrases, But to live these phrases really in this way, to spell it, it's totally different. And if he's going to tell words like this, he's totally serious, And there is no other page of the book that means to lose the game, to go out of the competition. He just has one way, and the way is like to going forward and to take what you deserve and what you're going to take. And that's why I said that his mentality is so strong. And this is what is really impressive to see, that he can manage these difficult situations and to let the team believe that still everything is possible until really the last day that the team messed up. As long as there is the possibility to do something, he will do everything to take it in with his team in his advantage. And as I said, he doesn't speak just, he really prove it. And this is the most important and successful key for him.
Now let's go to you. What was your best moment with PAOK? Your best moment, your goal that was unforgettable for you?
Yeah. There is plenty, but of course, let's say I would say as the best moment and the biggest moment for sure was the final whistle in Χαριλαου when we won the title. This final whistle of the referee, I will never forget, because I was on the pitch. We were just 10 players anymore defending the 2-1, and there is a stadium full of Aris fans against you, and that they just want that you are losing the title. And then when the final whistle came and we really won the game 2-1 and we took the championship, this was, of course, personally and also for all the PAOK fans, I think was one of the biggest moments ever in the history of PAOK football, and so also for me. And personal things, I would say, to be honest, each goal I scored against Aris, because it's the biggest rival for the fans in the city. Maybe now in the last years it's not the biggest rival in sportive aspects, but it's still the competition about the city. So these goals or those goals were always special that I scored. We had also some nice European games. There's plenty of it, but for sure the title in Χαριλαου is the biggest achievement and most unforgettable thing for me. And then, of course, the celebration. I remember to be 5 o'clock in the morning on the bus with our T-shirt on the White Tower with bengalos in the hand. If I'm going to take bengalos in the hands in Austria, the next day I need to be in the police station. So it is so different, you know, and unforgettable.
Okay, when you left PAOK, you said that you are feeling, actually you felt home in Thessaloniki, like your home.
Yeah.
What do you love about this city, about Thessaloniki? It's the fans, the city.
Yeah. No, first of all, I would say the uncomplicated things that you can enjoy in Thessaloniki, which means that the people are really warm and friendly, and everybody is open-minded and is helping a lot to adapt, you know. And no one is blaming you for small mistakes, for things that happen in life, you know. So I think in the end, the Greek people and the people in Thessaloniki, they're always helping together, especially what we lived as a PAOK family, because of course we were so influenced from PAOK and from the family of PAOK, and you have a lot of nice advantages, of course, in life in Thessaloniki. And as I said, in these 5 years that I have lived in Thessaloniki, how the city is developing in many aspects, what means airport, what means ring road, what means opening the metro. You can see that the people are trying everything to improve the city, and still in a way that nobody is rushing or overloading things, and the people still enjoy life. This I really loved in the city, that you can walk each time at the day through the city and you see happy people, even if many people doesn't have a lot. But this doesn't mean a lot for the people, because I can still see a lot of faces that they are smiling and that people are happy, friendly. That's why I felt totally welcome. And I had also the feeling in Thessaloniki it doesn't count a lot if you are rich or poor, or if you are someone or if you are not someone. The people are friendly to each other and the people are supporting each other. And that's is one big point that I really love in Thessaloniki.
And how you compare PAOK fans to other teams? I mean,
Look, I had
in Austria, in Athens, in...
Yeah, no, look, I had the privilege for me to play like many years for two big clubs, for Rapid Vienna and Paaok, of course. And also in Austria, you know, their Rapid fans are huge. They have a huge fan base, a nice stadium, a really nice support. And in the other hand, after I had 5 years in Paaok with, I would say unique fans, that they are very simple, what means like the stands behind the goal, you know, they have amazing sound, because all the people behind the goal, for example, or when it's working well, also the whole stadium is singing. And PAOK, you know, is really, I would say, it's a fan culture that is hard, but in the same time, very loud. And what is also different comparing to all the other teams, what I saw until now, is that especially in the European games, we had always such a huge support. Doesn't matter in which city, which stadium we played in Europe. The PAOK fans were always louder than the away fans, and it was impressive to see a full away sector in Manchester, a full away sector in Bucharest, in Marseille, or wherever we played. It was so nice to have this army, I would say, in your back, you know, and this give you for sure an extra motivation. And I think PAOK fans, not only for us who played for PAOK and who lived in Thessaloniki and are following the Greek football, PAOK fans are well known in all Europe. It doesn't matter where you go, PAOK fans are well known for many reasons. And it's always great to play in front of PAOK fans, or also to be in a stadium with a lot of PAOK fans, as you asked me before, in the basketball games or whatever.
And now what about Austria? Now you are playing for Kiel. How did you decide to go to, let's say, a lower division?
Yeah, look, I'm 35 years old and I played in Austria and Greece. And maybe I think Greek people know very well as well that Germany is a football country. You know, they won 4 World Cups. They have three really professional league. Imagine the third, the second, and first division. This is like top professional leagues, you know. The second division is one of the most intensity league and has, except Premier League and the first division in Germany, it's the third most viewed league. What means that people are going to the stadium. I think the average of people in the stadiums is up to 25,000 people per game. So imagine the lowest games you have is in front of 15, 20,000 people. And for example, yesterday, unfortunately, we had a bad game against Kaiserslautern, but we played in front of 45,000 people in Kaiserslautern. And if you never saw the stadium of Kaiserslautern, it's like Old Trafford, you know. This stadium is awesome. I was so surprised. If you're inside there, it's unbelievable. And this is the second division of Germany. So I took the challenge, you know, because I know that the league is difficult, especially for my age. It's intense, but I want to feel it because it's my language. I want to feel the German football as well. And that's why I decided to go maybe just to the second division. But you can believe me, one thing, that the second division is a high quality football league. Different kind of football, for example, than we played with PAOK or in general south of Europe. Totally different, but this doesn't mean at all that it's easier here to play. It's the teams, doesn't matter if they are down or up, more or less they have kind of similar budget. So every game is like 50-50, and you can't understand before the games who is going to win the games, because it's really balanced, and you have 18 teams with more or less equal quality. And so it's a really challenging league, and it's nice to have this opportunity in my age still to experience kind of new football.
How much you want to play football from now on?
How many years more? I really don't know. I'm not the guy to think in front what is going to happen in the next 2-3 years. But of course, in my age, I should think a bit about it. But in general, to be honest, I'm still fit. My body doesn't had a lot of injuries over the last years. I think in PAOK, I was not even injured more than for 2 weeks. So I was always available. Yes. And in my position, like kind of number 6, 8, maybe I can cover a bit that I have not the highest speed on the pitch. Which I never had, to be honest. Maybe people seeing me now and say, yeah, he's so slow. But to be honest, I had the same pace of speed when maybe I was 25 years old, you know. So there is not a huge difference. And so I think that I have few years in my body. But the most important is that I can enjoy the game and that I have fun to play. And as long as I have fun and I'm enjoying the game, and of course, clubs or teams have the opinion that I can help them, I want to help them and to give my best. And for me, I'm still happy and thankful to train every day, to play the games in the weekends. I love this game, and the day will come, but I really don't know when it will come. Because as you can see in international football, of course, this is other kind of quality players. If yesterday I watched Inter Milan and I see Modric with 40 years old playing in Milan, of course, totally different kind of quality player comparing to me. But also he's playing in a different quality all over his career. So this is one of my idols as well, because I think that I can also stay on this kind of level I played the last years, even if I'm getting older. If you really want it and you really do everything for your body to stay in shape, to have the hungerness still to play and to train.
You gave me a good pass. You are also a midfielder, so you do that a lot. Except Modric, you already said. Who is your idol? And who was your idol when you were young and started playing?
I'm a kind of football romantic guy, to be honest. I loved, first of all, the Italian way, the Serie A, the players from the Serie A, the old famous guys, that they were successful when I was more or less a kid or in the beginning of my career. I would pronounce Alessandro Del Piero, Francesco Totti, Andrea Pirlo, these kind of players I liked, and I watched many games of them. I would say right now from the modern teams or modern players, if I can choose one, because I followed him last year a lot, because Napoli won the title, I would say who impressed me was McTominay, because he is playing on my position as well. And he's doing a great job. Doesn't matter with Scotland national team, with Napoli now. And I remember him very well that they blame him a lot when he was playing for United. And United would be just happy to have a player like him now as a midfielder. So yeah, I would say now I follow a bit McTominay now about his game, yes.
He scored a great goal lately.
Yes, he scored many great goals in the last 12 months. Also with Napoli, with the national team, amazing goals. Doesn't matter with the head, shoots from outside of the box, bicycle kicks. In the last 1-2 years, we saw almost everything from him.
Can we see you in a different maybe role at PAOK someday? Not now, in the future.
Yeah, I think it is possible. As I said before, as I don't know when I retire my career, I don't know in which kind of position or when is the time to return one day to PAOK. But of course, it's interesting for me. And if I have the opportunity to do it in the way also I want to do it, I mean, about the position and so on, it's always interesting for me because I know the people, I know the club. As I said, I love the city. So yes, of course, there is the possibility, but right now it's too far to be more concrete and to say, yeah, I can imagine this or that, because what is also clear is that after my career, even if I finished my university and my degree, is that I need to learn something as well. It doesn't matter if I want to be a coach. I know a little bit the theory, but I need to take also praxis, because it doesn't just mean that you were 15, 20 years a professional football player, that it means that you're after a great manager, a great coach, a great scout, a great director or whatever. I think you need to take the steps after the next and then to grow also in a kind of different role.
You have a master's degree, right? From the university in Austria?
Yeah, I did a master degree in business administration and sports management, which opens me a little bit the way of kind of administration jobs, what means director and so on. And in the other hand, I want to start as soon as possible to do license as a coach. And this takes also a few years to reach the highest license as a coach, but I think I can start in the next 1-2 years with the B license as a coach. And I really don't know right now which kind of role I want to enter in football. I think I need to figure it out in the next 2-3 years and to be clear inside of myself to know what is going, what I want to do after my career and what I really love to do.
And what was the, let's say, the worst moment in PAOK?
The worst moment, yeah, I think...
Not make it worse, the most difficult.
The most difficult. What I also don't forget, and of course with kind of disappointment and sad eye was of course both cup finals that we lost with Panathinaikos and AEK. Especially, I would not say especially, because both had their, how can I say, disappointment moments, because with AEK it wasn't necessary at all to lose with one player more, around 60 minutes to lose this game. And in the other hand, the game with Panathinaikos, that crazy Oaxaca stadium with both sides of fans totally pushing, and all of us know that it was a crazy cup final there. To lose this game to leave this game as a loser after all this, what happened around the cup final hurts a lot. So this will also stuck in my memory for sure. And the most difficult moment for me was also when we went out against Levski in I think it was Conference League qualification.
Yes.
And then I had difficult 6 months that I didn't play a lot and not to play international with PAOK. This maybe was the most difficult 6 months for me at the time at PAOK. Yeah. And in this year we lost, I think, after the cup final with Panathinaikos, if AEK. Yeah. So I think this season and these 6 months, especially in the beginning, were more or less the most difficult for me.
Okay. Would you play for any other Greek team besides PAOK?
Big question.